So let's dive into the science. So science is that there are actual physical energy that's going on in your body chemically, hormonally. These are all things that are, your synapses are sending electrical signals. They are actual electrical signals. Your brain is 20% of all the energy in your body is consumed by your brain, even though it's like a tenth of the overall space. So it's a very costly organ within your body. So when it doesn't feel like it has energy just in your brain, there are times we've all experienced where I can't think anymore. We've come to the edge of our electrical capability. And there's energy levels within your cells, your mitochondria, the glucose in your system, the ketones in your system. These are all things that your body will give you some sort of sense of feeling. You just feel fatigued or you feel energized. You feel ready for what's next. And there's this thing called the anterior cingulate cortex that we talked about a lot. It's always modeling your body so that you'll know, kind of have a virtual picture of what your body's in space, how it's feeling, how much energy it has. So your system is set up to do this, and it gives you a clear picture pretty quickly, scientifically, of what all these bodily functions are, and it kind of bubbles it up just into an overall feeling of fatigue or energy, so that you just kind of know. You have this deep knowing of your energy state, and you can access it quickly and easily. So now we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of this energy thing. Now, according to polyvagal science, which is the science of kind of how your nervous system is reporting. So here are the 4 categories that you have. Danger high, and that one's kind of dangerous and not great. You want to avoid this one mostly. Energized high, that's a safe and good, and energized low calm. So these two are the state that we kind of want to target most of our time. And then danger low, where you're getting into shutdown and depression. So let's dive into these 4 areas. So danger high, this is survival mode. Your body is engaging in this because it's all about, I got to get out of here, or I got to fight, protect myself. So you've got these hormones, adrenaline, cortisol. Your body's going to release a bunch of glucose in your body to take care of whatever the danger is. And basically, the problem is this harms us long term. This is corrosive to your body. You can't get stuck in this. If you've experienced a lot of negativity, you're going to get stuck in this system, and it's not good. So it can be stuck on. So danger high, we all know how to sense this. That's like super dangerous, super excited, but it's not a good state, and we can identify that pretty easily. Moving on from danger high into our next section, energized and high. So you got a lot of energy, but you're feeling good about it, okay? It's a state of energy that your body creates where it's like, I'm ready to go. Challenging, you can handle it. And then there's these 3 categories. You're feeling vigor. So you're feeling that strength, absorption. You can be very much excited by what you're doing. You're watching that movie. You're engaged with that project. You're in an exciting meeting. You're in an exciting, situation. And then dedication. So your brain is saying, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. That's where we're at when we're in energized high. And these 3 categories are in an employee engagement test we call the Utrecht Workforce Engagement Survey. They actually test for these 3 things because emotions are critical to engagement. So that's why I like this test, because it actually tests kind of your emotional disposition, and it's not focused on the externals. It's focused on this high energized state that we call engagement. Okay, the next one is energized low calm. Let's look at that. So it's challenging, but you're starting to get tired or slow or just content. It doesn't have to be overwhelmingly tired. You're just content, pleasantly moving through your day. You got your coffee, your tea. It might be an early morning thing for you. It might be a later afternoon thing for you. But you still have this vigor. I can keep going. I'm pleasantly enjoying this. My body's moving through this. I'm kind of absorbed in this. It might be a little bit harder for me to hang on to this thing. I might be struggling with distraction a little bit, but I still got that dedication. But your energy is just a little bit lower. But, for me, this is late afternoons. For some people, it's mornings and they pick up in the afternoons. Each person has their own kind of circadian rhythm with this type of energies. So be noticeable of that. You don't all end up in the same place at the same time. And then we get into danger low levels of energy. So science says this is where you get into shutdown, burnout. This is overdoing it or overstressing it. So a lot of times you go from too much of the danger high to collapsing into the danger low, where you feel burnout, no vigor, no absorption, no dedication. Oftentimes this is the state that when we're testing for engagement, this is where people end up, because you've burned them, they've been pushed too many times into that danger high, and their bodies and minds are just sort of saying, this isn't worth it anymore, I'm checking out. And you get into danger low. It's not a happy place to be. Oftentimes you'll show symptoms of kind of depression and disengagement. So it's a scale. So you can be somewhere in between all of those, but disengagement is going to be on the two ends of this scale of either danger low or danger high. So those are the things that you want to look out for in your emotional world. So when you come home from work, it's 5:30, you've been battling a lot of traffic. You had a hard day at work. You gave it all. You were energized, but you gave it all. You checked, but when you come home, you're like, I'm ready to shut down. So engage with people in that level. So it's 5 o'clock, and you say, hey, I need one more thing. They might already be in kind of danger low or close to it. So engage with them and say, hey, are you really ebbing low? How important is it for you to ask for that one more thing when people are in that danger low state? So just be mindful of that. So these are the 4 different areas of energy that you can ask about and inquire about according to science. The danger high, the energized high, energized low calm, and danger low. One other thing to be thinking about and mindful about is this persistent or is this occasional? So if you're engaging with somebody on your team and they're persistently in here or persistently in the danger low, that's going to be kind of problematic. You need to help that person. They might have more stresses at home. They might have other situations that they might need some help with. So if those are persistent, or if they're just occasionally, we all are going to end up in these things occasionally. My kids didn't sleep last night, so I'm rolling in danger low. I got that email that I thought was like from the vendor, and they're not going to make the delivery. So now I feel danger high. It happens occasionally, and our bodies are built to handle that. But if you're persistently in that, that's something you'll have to address and be mindful of and address that. So this is the axis we've been looking on, the excited physically axis. It's the most important one for us to focus on the physical energy. I can't stress that enough, that you focus on this tier of the emotional circuit first. When you get into this, then it's far less complicated. You're not getting into areas that will be difficult for you as a leader, as a manager to deal with. People generally don't need boundaries about their physical energy. They're usually upfront and can tell you exactly how they feel.